I want to talk to you briefly about the Albany Civil Rights Institute and invite you now to come on Thursday evening from 6:30 to 7:30 if you have the time. We have an art collection coming in from Tallahassee, Florida. It's called Civil Right, and it's by an artist by the name of Paul Zerber, a German artist who resided in Tallahassee, Florida. He never set foot in Albany, Georgia, but he got images from Albany from the television during the Civil Rights Movement. And there are 16 pictures, 16 works in this compilation called Civil Right. And it will be on display. Dr. Linda Van Beck and Ms. Doris Ostrich will be here with that display on Thursday evening at the Civil Rights Institute from 6:30 to 7:30, along with a lecture about the history of this artist called Zerber. The Civil Rights Institute, what we do, we have a display, we have a walking display and a tour that recaptures the history of that period in Albany from 1960 to about 62. It is an interactive display, and we just invite you to come down. We're open on Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 4. On the second Saturday of each month, from 1 to 3, we have the Freedom Singers who sing. And if you ever heard Ruther Harris and those Freedom Singers, it's something you would not want to miss. They put on a very good show. We invite you to come. We invite you to get involved with the Civil Rights Institute because it is important that the story that what took place here in Albany, Georgia is told over and over again. It's not something that we would want to get away from. We want to make sure that that history is never repeated in Albany, Georgia again. We often hear during this time of year quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King. You would think that he never said anything but I have a dream. But one thing that he did say is that our lives end the day we begin to remain silent about things that matter. That our lives end the day we remain silent about things that matter. The other thing that he said that I think is very important is that two dangerous things in the world is conscientious stupidity and sincere ignorance. So I invite you to come to the Civil Rights Institute. I invite you to come to our tour. If you're involved with youth groups, with church groups, with scouting, with Boys and Girls Club, with Girls Inc., I would invite you to have those young people come. I had a group from Monroe High School in the museum last week as we showed the film about what happened in 1960 and 61 and 62. One young man came over to me later and said, "Is that Albany?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And it occurred to me, the story is not being told. People are tending to wash that away. We want to push it in a corner and forget that it happened, and we cannot forget that it happened. It may not be a history that we're proud of, and it doesn't matter what your feelings may be about civil rights one way or the other, but it's a history that we cannot afford to forget. One of the things that I often say is that if we don't know our history, we're likely to repeat it. And that's a history we cannot afford to repeat again, not only in